close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath, I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself waking up in the morning, feeling completely aligned, feeling as if the life you desire is already yours. No doubt, no hesitation, just certainty. What if I told you that the way you end your day has the power to rewire your brain, shift your energy, and shape your reality before you even open your eyes the next morning? Because here's the truth. Your subconscious mind is the gateway to your future, and the last thing you focus on before sleep programs it. Science shows us that just before you drift into sleep, your brain enters the theta state, a hypnotic state, the doorway to the subconscious mind. This is where change happens. This is where your thoughts become blueprints, shaping the world you wake up to. But most people make a mistake. They go to bed thinking about their problems, their stress, their fears, and guess what? The subconscious absorbs it, repeats it, and makes it real. But if you learn to plant the right thoughts, the right emotions, the right vision before you sleep, you will wake up in a completely different reality. So tonight, before you close your eyes, I want you to take a moment. Sit still, breathe deeply, and instead of reviewing what went wrong today, I want you to feel gratitude. Gratitude for what you have and gratitude for what is already on its way to you. Feel it as if it's already done. Then visualize, see yourself living the life you desire, not as something far away, but as something happening right now. Engage your senses, see it, feel it, hear it, and most importantly, feel the emotions of that future now, because emotions are the language of the subconscious. When you wake up, before you even move, remind yourself of who you are becoming. Feel that version of you and carry that energy throughout your day, because the mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality. The more you embody the future now, the faster it comes to you. This is how you program your mind. This is how you attract everything you desire. And it all starts the moment before you sleep. Your subconscious mind is most programmable before sleep. In those final moments before you drift off, your brain enters a unique state, a doorway between the conscious and the unconscious. This is the theta state, the same state where deep learning, healing, and transformation take place. It is the state where the mind is no longer analyzing, no longer filtering, but absorbing. Absorbing every thought, every emotion, every belief you hold about yourself and your life. This is why the moments before you sleep are the most powerful moments of your entire day, because in that space, your subconscious is wide open, ready to be shaped, ready to be programmed. Most people don't realize this. They go to bed thinking about their problems, their stress, their worries, and without knowing it, they are instructing the subconscious mind to repeat those same experiences, to make those fears real, to turn those worries into tomorrow's reality. But what if instead you became intentional? What if you consciously chose the thoughts you plant into your subconscious? What if before sleep you focused on what you want to create instead of what you fear? Because the subconscious does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. If you visualize success, it accepts it as truth. If you feel abundance, it starts looking for ways to bring it into your life. If you embody love, it radiates that energy into the world and attracts it back to you. The key is to feel it, not as a wish, not as a hope, but as a reality already unfolding. When you do this consistently, night after night, you rewire the deepest levels of your mind. You shift your beliefs, you shift your identity, and when you wake up as a different person. A person aligned with the future you desire, a person who attracts instead of chases, a person who no longer lives in the past but is creating the future, moment by moment. And it all begins with what you do before you sleep. The brain enters the theta state before sleep, making it a powerful time for change. This is the same state you were in as a child when you absorbed the world around you effortlessly. Back then, you didn't have to try to learn. You simply observed, listened, and felt, and your mind recorded everything. This is because theta is the state of deep suggestibility. It is the realm of the subconscious where thoughts become instructions and beliefs become reality. Every night just before you fall asleep, you enter this state again. For a brief window, the door between the conscious and the subconscious opens. And in that space, your mind is no longer questioning or resisting. It is receiving whatever you give it. Most people are unaware of this. They lay in bed replaying the stress of the day. They think about what went wrong, what they fear, what they lack, and their brain absorbs it like a sponge, planting those thoughts deep into the subconscious. By morning, those same patterns are already running, shaping their reality before they even open their eyes. But what if you use this time differently? What if instead of focusing on stress, you focused on possibility? What if you fed your subconscious images of success, of healing, of abundance? Because in theta, your brain does not question, it accepts. If you visualize a future filled with joy, your mind begins to rewire itself to make that vision real. If you immerse yourself in the feeling of love, your energy shifts and you begin attracting love effortlessly. If you truly believe in a new reality, your subconscious starts working to create it. This is how change happens, not through struggle, not through effort alone, but by tapping into the moments when the mind is most open, most receptive, most powerful. Every night before you sleep, you have a choice to replay the past or to program the future, to reinforce the old self or to become someone new. And when you understand this, you realize transformation isn't something you fight for. It's something you allow. Most people program negativity into their subconscious by focusing on stress and problems. They lie in bed at night, replaying the worst moments of the day, reliving arguments, overanalyzing mistakes, worrying about the future, and they don't even realize what they're doing. The subconscious mind is always listening, always absorbing, always taking instructions. And when you focus on stress before sleep, you are teaching your brain to expect more stress. When you replay problems in your mind, you are wiring your neurons to seek out more problems. Your thoughts become pattern. Your patterns become beliefs, and your beliefs create your reality. This is why so many people wake up already feeling exhausted. They haven't even started the day, but their mind is still carrying yesterday's burdens. The subconscious has spent the entire night reinforcing their fears, strengthening their anxieties, making their struggles feel even more real. And so the cycle continues. Day after day, week after week, a life shaped not by possibility, but by limitation. But it doesn't have to be this way, because just as the subconscious absorbs negativity, it also absorbs positivity. Just as it records fear, it can also record faith. Just as it memorizes stress, it can memorize peace. The key is to become aware of what you are feeding your mind before sleep, to break the cycle, to shift your focus. Instead of replaying what went wrong, replay what went right. Instead of feeling frustrated, feel grateful. Instead of thinking about what you lack, imagine the abundance that is on its way to you. Because the mind does not know the difference between real and imagined. If you give it stress, it will amplify stress. If you give it joy, it will amplify joy. You are the programmer. You are the architect of your own subconscious. And the moment you take control of your focus, you take control of your future. Practicing gratitude before bed shifts your energy and mindset. It is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can create. Because gratitude is not just a thought. It is a frequency. It is a signal you send out into the field, into the infinite intelligence of the universe. And that signal brings back more of what you focus on. Most people go to bed thinking about what went wrong. They replay the stress, the frustration, the things they didn't accomplish. And in doing so, they unknowingly program their subconscious to repeat those same patterns. But gratitude changes everything. When you shift your focus to what you appreciate, no matter how small, your entire energy begins to change. Your brain releases chemicals that promote peace, relaxation, and well-being. Your nervous system moves out of stress and into harmony. Your heart opens. Your mind expands, and you begin to train yourself to see the good even in the ordinary. Gratitude rewires your brain. It strengthens neural pathways that make positivity your default state. It shifts your subconscious to expect good things instead of bad. And when you wake up in that elevated state already aligned with abundance. Not because your external world has changed overnight, but because you have changed. You are no longer operating from lack. You are no longer focused on what's missing. You are tuned into a new reality, one where you recognize the blessings that have always been there. And as you focus on them, more begin to appear. This is not wishful thinking. This is science. This is energy. This is the law of the mind. So tonight, before you sleep, take a moment. Think of one thing you are grateful for. Feel it. Let that gratitude fill your entire body. And as you drift off, hold on to that feeling, because the energy you sleep with is the energy you wake up with. And when gratitude becomes your last thought of the day, it becomes the first thing you attract in the morning. Visualization with strong emotions imprints new possibilities into your subconscious. Your mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. When you see something vividly in your mind, when you feel it as if it is already happening, your brain records it as truth. Neurons fire, new connections form. Your subconscious begins reorganizing itself to match the new reality you are creating. This is how change happens. Not by chance, but by intention. Most people let their past dictate their future. They replay old memories, old failures, old disappointments, and without realizing it, they keep reinforcing the same patterns. But when you visualize, you override the past with the future you choose. You show your mind a new direction, a new possibility. And the stronger the emotion, the deeper the imprint. Because thoughts alone are not enough. You must feel it. Feel the excitement of success. Feel the confidence of being the person you want to be. Feel the joy of having already achieved it. The more real it feels, the more powerful your subconscious accepts it. Your brain begins rewiring itself to support this vision. Your body starts aligning with it. Your energy shifts to match it. And suddenly, you are no longer waiting for the future. You are becoming it. Every night before you sleep, take a moment to see the life you desire. Not as something far away, not as something you are wishing for, but as something happening right now. See yourself there. Feel yourself there. Let the emotions flood your body, because the subconscious does not work with words, it works with experience. And when you give it an experience, it believes it, it accepts it, it begins working to make it real. This is not just imagination, this is creation. And when you wake up, you will feel different, you will think differently, you will move differently, because you are no longer just hoping for a new reality, you are living in it before it even arrives. Your brain does not distinguish between imagined and real experiences. To the mind, whatever you focus on becomes reality. When you recall a painful memory, your body reacts as if it's happening now. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tense, stress hormones flood your system. Because the brain isn't reliving the past, it is experiencing it again in real time. But this works in the other direction too. When you imagine something with enough clarity and emotion, your brain treats it as real. It fires the same neural pathways. It releases the same chemicals. It creates the same physiological responses. This is why athletes mentally rehearse before competing, why top performers visualize their success before it happens, because by experiencing it in the mind first, the brain wires itself for that outcome. And when the moment comes, the body already knows what to do. You can use this same principle to transform your own life. Instead of replaying your fears, replay your victories. Instead of reliving old pain, create new joy. Instead of remembering who you were, imagine who you are becoming. The brain will accept it as truth, and the body will follow. This is why visualization is so powerful. It is not just daydreaming, it is training your mind for a new reality. It is conditioning your subconscious to expect success. It is shifting your energy to attract the life you desire. But the secret is feeling. The stronger the emotion, the deeper the imprint. You must feel the joy of your dream as if it is happening now. You must feel the gratitude, the excitement, the certainty. Because the mind does not respond to empty thoughts. It responds to experience. And when you make the imagined experience more real than your current circumstances, your subconscious begins working to turn it into reality. Your actions change, your energy shifts, and suddenly opportunities appear where there were none before. Because the moment your brain accepts a new possibility as real, it begins to create it. Feeling your future self before sleep accelerates manifestation, because the subconscious mind does not work with time. It does not see the difference between past, present, and future. It only responds to what you repeatedly feel and believe. Most people fall asleep as the same version of themselves. They replay their struggles, their limitations, their fears. And by doing so, they program their subconscious to wake up to the same reality. The same thoughts, the same emotions, the same life. But what if before sleep you became the future version of yourself? What if you stepped into the feelings of the person you are becoming? The person who already has what you desire, the person who wakes up confident, abundant, fulfilled. Because when you feel it before it arrives, you collapse the gap between now and then. You show your subconscious who you truly are, and your brain, your body, your energy, they all begin to align with that reality. This is how manifestation speeds up, not by hoping, not by wishing, but by embodying, by making the future feel so real in your mind and body that it becomes undeniable. When you sleep in the vibration of your future self, your subconscious spends the night reinforcing it. It strengthens the neural pathways. It shifts your beliefs. It prepares you to wake up as that person. And when you wake up, something feels different. You no longer think the way you used to. You no longer react the way you used to, because you have already become someone new. Your energy is no longer chasing your desires. It is attracting them. Your mind is no longer focused on what's missing. It is tuned into what is already yours. So tonight, before you sleep, take a moment, breathe into the feeling of your future self. See it, feel it, know it. And when you wake up, you won't just be waiting for your new reality, you will already be living it. Morning routine should reinforce the new identity you are creating, because the moment you wake up, your brain is in a highly suggestible state. Your subconscious is still open, still absorbing, still shaping your reality, and whatever you focus on in those first moments will set the tone for your entire day. Most people wake up and immediately reconnect with their old selves. They check their phones, they remember their worries, they think the same thoughts they had yesterday, and without realizing it, they step right back into the same patterns, the same emotions, the same life. But you have the power to break that cycle. You have the power to wake up as the person you are becoming, not the person you were. Because the identity you reinforce in the morning is the identity you will carry throughout the day. So instead of reaching for your phone, reach for your vision. Instead of remembering your limitations, remember your potential. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what's already yours. Speak as your future self, move as your future self, feel as if the life you desire is already unfolding. Because when you make that your morning ritual, you are no longer reacting to life, you are creating it. Your brain begins to wire itself for confidence, success, and abundance. Your subconscious strengthens the beliefs that support your new reality, and your energy shifts into alignment with the future you are manifesting. This is how transformation happens, not in a single moment, but in the moments you repeat every single day. Because your habits, your thoughts, your emotions, they are the foundation of who you become. So ask yourself each morning, am I reinforcing my past, or am I stepping into my future? Because the identity you choose in the morning becomes the reality you live by night. Carrying the energy of your desired future throughout the day magnetizes your reality, because manifestation is not just about thinking differently, it is about feeling differently. It is about maintaining the vibration of your future self, moment by moment. Most people begin their day with good intentions. They visualize, they affirm, they feel inspired. But as soon as life happens, traffic, emails, distractions, they slip back into their old self. They react, they doubt, they fall into the same emotions they were trying to leave behind. And without realizing it, they disconnect from the future they are creating. But the secret is to stay in the energy of your future self, no matter what happens. To walk through your day as if your desires are already unfolding. To carry the emotions of success, abundance, and joy with you, regardless of circumstances. Because your external world does not create your internal state. Your internal state creates your external world. When you hold the energy of your desired reality, you shift what you attract, you change what you notice, you make different choices, and the universe begins rearranging itself to match your new frequency. It is not magic, it is alignment, it is quantum, it is the science of energy. So throughout the day, check in with yourself. Ask, am I thinking like my future self? Am I feeling like my future self? Am I acting like the version of me that already has everything I desire? Because the more you embody that energy, the faster your reality shifts. Opportunities appear, synchronicities unfold, doors open, not because you are forcing them to, but because you are in tune with the reality where they already exist. This is how you become a magnet for the life you desire, not by waiting, not by hoping, but by living in that energy now. And when you stay in that frequency, your future has no choice but to meet you where you are. So tonight, as you close your eyes, remember, you are not just going to sleep. You are programming your future. You are aligning with the reality you want to create. And when you wake up, you are not just starting another day. You are stepping into a new version of yourself. A version that no longer waits for change but becomes it, because when you think differently, when you feel differently, when you embody the energy of your desired future, life has no choice but to reflect it back to you. So wake up with intention, move with purpose, and carry the energy of your future self into every moment. Because the life you want is not ahead of you, it is within you, waiting for you to claim it